So just started the first day's walk. It's fine weather so far. This is Ennerdale Bridge, and I'm on the road leading to Ennerdale Water, which is where the walk proper starts, the interesting part. Don't like the clouds on top of the hills, that's where I'm going to be, up there. But this is actually the one day of the walk where it's supposed to be cloudy as opposed to sunny. Let's see what happens. So fine so far. Seems to be a solitary tree right at the top there. Nice place to live. Get the sun in the morning, stare out at the mountains. Lovely spot. Well, unfortunately there's a bit of road walking, but I should reach the path in a while. But it is lovely how the sun's coming through between the trees. It's very nice round here. And it's a mixture of trees, thank God, not a conifer plantation, which I understand they're digging up all over Britain because they've decided belatedly that they're very ugly and they drive wildlife out rather than encouraging it. Path there up to the Scout Centre, and we'll soon be at the proper path. So this here is Ennerdale Water, and you can see from here the clouds on the top, looking as if they're going to come down, unfortunately. This is Ennerdale Water, and those clouds up there are looking a bit ominous. We'll see what happens. And that's the high route. I'm going up a high route, but not that high route. Currently about halfway down the lake, and the weather is looking better and better. Lots of sunshine, but not overheating because there's a strong wind, which you can probably hear on the microphone. And the only cloud is sitting on the mountains up there. I may go up, I may not. Still haven't decided. I'll decide when there's a fork in the path. And here we go up just to get over a crag. Don't think there is any path down by the water. Lovely sight. The wind has almost disappeared now, which is quite nice. But of course, when the wind's away, the sun's on me, there are no clouds, things start to warm up. So I'm starting to perspire a little bit. But nevertheless, enjoying the amazing views. Hope you are too. Yes. No animals, no sheep. Don't know where they all are. I would have thought this was reasonable grazing country, but nevertheless. Here's the end of the lake. So we've been through the landmarks written on the map, the Kissing Gate, the gate in the wall, the little stream, the big stream, climb over the boulders. But the interesting thing is that not only is it dry, but it obviously hasn't rained much at all recently because there was so little water in the streams. I didn't need to stand on the boulders. I could just walk through the water, inch deep. So my goodness, very lucky with the weather. Such a wonderful September after having been such a horrible August, but just right for me and my trip. So this is the other end of the lake. Also looks pretty good. Not many people around, but some people. But in a normal summer, I think this would be packed because it's quite accessible. Not the route I came, but the other side there is a road which is fairly near too. So, very nice. And the clouds are still on the top, so I probably won't be doing that. Tree's having a little bit of a rest over there, having a little lie down. I wonder what knocked that over. The trees behind it don't seem that big. Overweight. It happened some time ago. Interesting. So this is a forestry road, and these aren't my words, but in the book it says long, tedious and tiring and hot. But it's a flat surface, and I can get up to quite a speed without the rocks and rubble underfoot. So yes, I should be at the next youth hostel within an hour, I would think, the Black Sail. But let's see what the timing's like. Sheep being shepherded. There's the doggy, shepherding them, up, 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 up. They're all a bit nervous, wondering what the dog's going to do. There's a bloke there at the back. Can you hear the guy shouting at him, giving him instructions? Sheep coming down. They're going to be in front of me, and they're going to hold me up. He's only letting a certain number through. Interesting work, isn't it? Two dogs as far as I can see, one down here, one up there, both controlled. Oh no, there's a third dog, I think. Interesting work. So now we're coming up to the Black Sail Youth Hostel, which is the most remote in Britain, and if you look around you will see that there aren't any roads to it. That's why it's so remote. I don't know how they bring up provisions. I suppose on a track like this, a four-wheel drive might be able to make it. But this looks like the end of the valley, so I'm not quite sure what happens now. I go on to Ennerdale. Ennerdale Pass is one of the highest passes in the Lake District, and there's a youth hostel there called Ennerdale, and there is a path between this youth hostel and that youth hostel, but I can't quite see at the moment how it goes. Pretty good view, and it's so high and so far away, I'm not even sure which of those two lakes there I came along. I'm not sure which is, it must be that one there, and that must be Haystack and High Stile and Red Peak. Old quarry workings. Well, they're not old, they're actually being worked at the moment. I can see some modern excavators, and in this dip here I expect there is the road up to Ennerdale Pass, and I have to go down to the left to towards Ennerdale Youth Hostel, which should take me about another half hour, I think. And there's a notice on the door, and I know what it's going to say. It's going to say closed because of COVID-19. So I'm going to be on my own, I suspect. Although I see the windows are open. If there's a window, not windows, there are solar panels. Maybe there's a bench out the front. Well, at least they've left me a bench, but it's closed and I'm totally on my own now, apart from the sheep, of course, and a mile down the road the shepherds with their dogs. Plenty of sheep around here. In fact, there are some cattle down there in the valley, and where I go from here I'm not sure at all. This is a pretty remote valley in the Lake District. It took me, 4 or 5 hours walking to get here. There's nothing here but sheepdogs, and 3 farmers I saw down the road that were shepherding the sheep. And started off sunny, now it's cloudy, which I'm glad about because it's a very hot walk. And this is a youth hostel. It's the most remote youth hostel in England, and it's been closed down completely because of COVID-19, unfortunately. And it's well known as a youth hostel where you can drop in, make yourself a cup of tea, put some money in the honesty box, and have a relaxing lunch, which is what I want to do, but there's nobody here and it's closed, so still, enjoyable day so far. This is Borrowdale Valley.
They use that one-day experience, and I'm sure if you ask them about it,
I don't think the phone works in the phone box.
and I think that helps take them lightly, and they didn't really give us a good look from them. Yeah. Are you excited about it?
25%.